Good morning students. I hope you all are fit and fine. Myself Vibhuti Sharma, and today I will be teaching you the second lesson of maths, that is whole numbers for class 6th. This is an introduction video students. Here we will be discussing each and every topic and concept that you are going to see in this chapter. Okay, so before this, be ready with your textbooks and notebooks, and also you have to listen to my explanations very carefully. Then only each and every topic will be clear to you, and it will be very easy for you to solve the exercises. So students, let's get started. Unit 2, whole numbers. Numbers which are whole. What do you mean by whole word students? W-H-O-L-E, whole. Whole means complete. So here in whole number chapter, you are going to study complete numbers. What do you mean by complete numbers? Because you know that number starts from 1, 2, 3, isn't it? Counting number starts from 1, 2, 3. And these counting numbers are only known as natural numbers. So students, what do you mean by natural numbers? Natural numbers means counting numbers 1, 2, 3 and it goes on. So these numbers are known as natural numbers. This you have already studied in your previous classes, isn't it? Then what other type of numbers also you have studied? You have studied about even number, odd number, prime number, composite number, isn't it? Now here in 6th standard you are going to learn about whole numbers students. Okay, whole numbers. Always remember, whole numbers starts from 0. Okay, 0 is a whole number students. First the counting, if you are writing the whole numbers, it will start from 0 and then again 1, 2, 3 and it will go to the infinity. Okay, so students, the difference between natural number and whole number is natural number starts from 1, whole number starts from 0. Okay, and after 0 you are going to write all the natural numbers only in whole numbers. Means all the natural numbers will again come in the whole numbers. Okay, all the natural numbers are whole numbers, but all the whole numbers are not natural numbers students. Reason, whole number starts from 0, 0 is a whole number, but in natural number we start from 1. 0 is not there in natural number students. So always remember, natural number starts from 1, whole number starts from 0. All the natural numbers are whole numbers, okay, but all the whole numbers are not natural numbers except 0, okay, except 0. All the whole numbers can also be called as natural numbers, but 0 only will be called as whole numbers. I hope it is very clear to you. So students, which is the smallest natural number? It is 1. Which is the smallest whole number students? Smallest whole number is 0. Okay, 0 is the smallest whole number. Okay, can you tell which is the greatest natural number or which is the greatest whole number? Answer is no, it will go up to infinity. Okay, so smallest natural number is 1, smallest whole number is 0. Okay, let's see our next topic students. Next topic is predecessor and successor. Again, this is not a new term for you. You have studied this in your previous classes also. So successor for any number is that number plus 1, isn't it? Predecessor for any number is that given number minus 1. You will get its predecessor. I'll explain you with one example. Suppose we want to find the successor of 403. So 403 you have to give its successor. So for successor we add 1 to the given number. So the successor of 403 will be 403 plus 1. How much students? 404. Isn't it? Okay, now if we have to give the predecessor of 500. Predecessor means minus 1 you are going to do. So 500 minus 1 you are going to get 499. So I can say here that 404 is the successor of 403 and 499 is the predecessor of 500. Isn't it students? Okay, after successor, predecessor, let's see our next topic. Next topic is number line. Okay, what do you mean by number line students? For now, just understand up to this much. A line which is having numbers on it is called number line. Then this topic we are going to see in detail. Okay, after number line we will see one more topic in this introduction video students, that is properties of whole numbers. There are certain properties of whole numbers. I will explain you each and every property, and with the help of that properties of whole numbers only you are going to solve your exercise 2. Second exercise is based on properties of whole numbers, and rest whatever I have explained you, these all informations will be required by us for solving exercise 1. So students, let us see the topic number line. So students, number line. I am drawing a line here like this. Okay, I am going to make number line, students. On the number line, the first digit that you are going to write is 0. Okay, after 0, I will write 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you can write as many as numbers which you want. So students, the distance between 0 and 1 here is called unit distance. It is called as unit distance. What do you mean by unit? Unit means 1. Okay, 1 unit. So here the distance between 0 and 1 is known as unit distance. After marking 1, again you have to take 1 unit distance. Okay, 1 unit distance, and we will reach up to 2. Then again go on taking the unit distances and go on writing the numbers. The distance between two numbers will be equal. Okay, between every two numbers the distance will be equal. Like this we make number line. But why we are making this number line? What is the use of this number line? See students, by drawing the number line you can do the mathematical operations on it. Now mathematical operations means addition, subtraction, multiplication. Okay, here you can add, subtract or even multiply using the number line. Okay students, we will learn the addition, subtraction and multiplication of whole numbers using this number line. Okay students, so let us see the first operation, that is addition. I want to add 3 plus 2. Yeah, you can simply answer 3 plus 2 is 5. But I am asking you, show me 3 plus 2 on the number line. This is a new thing for you, isn't it? No problem. Let us see how to do this. Okay. So we have to add 3 and 2 on the number line. Now students, so here start counting from 0 students. From 0 we will reach up to 3. We will go up to 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. Here I reached 3. Clear students? Then in this 3 I have to add 2 more. So after reaching 3, jump 2 steps, 2 numbers more. So 1, 2. Where I have reached? I have reached at 5. Isn't it students? So with this I came to know that 3 plus 2 is 5. We have shown this on number line, that 3 plus 2 is equals to 5. So for the first number, start counting from 0, jump that much numbers and reach the first number. For the second number, what you are going to do? See what is written in the second number, and where you have stopped for the first number, from there again count the number given in the second place. So after 3 I counted 2 more and I reached at 5. So this is the addition on number line students. In the same manner you can do the subtraction also. Let us see for the subtraction. Same thing I am taking 3 and 2 numbers are same, but here I am writing the minus sign, and again we are going to see the subtraction using number line. So what you will do, you will quickly draw a number line and you will begin from 0 and you will go on writing the numbers. Okay, 3 minus 2 I want now. So again I will start from 0 and I will directly jump to 3. Then you know, for addition we are adding the digits to the given number. Okay, we are including more digits with the given number. But for subtraction, what you are going to do? For subtraction you are taking some numbers from the given number, taking out some numbers. One more thing students, see, as we are going to the right hand side here, numbers are increasing, isn't it? From 0 it became 1, from 1 to 2 to 3, 3 to 4, means as we are going on the right side, numbers are increasing. But if again from 3 I am coming back to the left side, then numbers will start decreasing students. What I want to explain you, what I want to tell you is, if you have to do addition, you will go to the right side, but if you are doing the subtraction on number line, then you are going to come back. Okay, you will be taking steps back. Okay, no problem. Here we have reached 3. Now I have to take out 2 from 3. So what I'll do, I'll go to the left side, students. How many steps? 2 steps. 1, 2. So where I reached? I reached at 1, isn't it? So students, this is 3 minus 2. So 3 minus 2 I got 1. So this, in this manner you can do the subtraction on number line. Okay. So after addition we have seen subtraction, and now we are going to see multiplication on number line, students. Let's see. Easy na? Just practice it and it will be very easier. Suppose I want to multiply 4, or suppose I want to multiply 3 and 2. I want to know how much is 3 into 2, but on the number line. No problem, students. So students, what you are going to do is see the second number. This will decide how many jumps you are going to take. Means every time I'll jump 2 units. Every time I'll jump 2 units. But how many times I have to jump 2 units? That will be decided with your first digit. Okay, 3 into 2. So here what I have to do is I have to jump 2 times. I have to jump 3 times, and in my each jump I have to take 2 units, students. Let us see how. So this will decide how many units I have to move. So I will start from 0. 0 to 2. How many jumps? 1 jumps. How many times more I have to jump? 2 times more. Again 2 units. 2, 3. So where I have reached, students? I have reached to 6. That means 3 times I have jumped 2 units. Okay, 3 times I have jumped 2 units, and with every jump I am skipping 2 numbers, and finally I reached at 6. And also we know that 3 2s are 6. So like this you can multiply using number line, students. Okay, so I hope the number line topic is also clear to you. Now let us move to our next topic, that is properties of whole numbers. So students, properties of whole numbers. Why you will use these properties? For making the calculations easier, we can use these properties on whole numbers. Okay, there are 4 properties of whole numbers, students. How many properties? 4 properties. The first property is known as closure property. Second property, commutative property. Third property is known as associative property, and the last one is distributivity property of multiplication over addition and subtraction. These 4 properties, one by one I will explain you in detail. Let us see the properties, students. Be very careful, listen attentively. Okay. So first one is closure property. Closure property of whole numbers states that you can, when you add 2 whole numbers, the result will again be a whole number. When you multiply 2 whole numbers, the result again will be a whole number only. Let us see how, students. Here for whole numbers I have taken example as A, B and C. A, B and C are my whole numbers. Okay, 3 whole numbers I am having, A, B and C. When I add the first 2 whole numbers, students, the sum is again a whole number under closure property. Again this closure property states that when you multiply 2 whole numbers, the product again will be a whole number. Let us understand this with example. Suppose 5 plus 3. 5 and 3 are whole numbers. So students, 5 plus 3, 8. 8 is again a whole number. So this is the closure property which applies on addition on whole numbers. Let us see this closure property for multiplication also, students. 4 into 3. 4 and 3 both are whole numbers. When I multiply the product, I will get as 12. 12 again is a whole number. Okay, students. So closure property states that when you add 2 whole numbers, the sum is again a whole number. When you multiply 2 whole numbers, the product again is a whole number. So closure property is applied on addition and multiplication. So now the first property is clear to us. Let us move to the next property. Next property, second property is commutative property, students. Commutativity property of whole numbers. Here this property will be applied on addition and multiplication again. Okay, you can use this property for addition and multiplication. Let us see the use. See, A plus B is equals to B plus A. Again A and B I have taken as whole numbers. When I am adding the first number to the second number, I will get an answer. Again that same answer I will get when I will take the second number as first and the first number as second. In students, suppose A here is 2 and B here is 1. Okay, and this will be equal to B plus A. हमने B के लिए क्या लिया था बच्चों? 1 लिया था. So let us write 1 for B only. And what I have written for A? A के लिए we have written 2. So here also in place of A I will write 2. I think no doubt, no students, it is clear. No? Now see 2 plus 1 is how much? 3. Again 1 plus 2 is how much? 3. Result is same, na? 2 plus 1 is equal to 1 plus 2. Here 3 is equal to 3. So students, commutativity property for addition states that you can add the whole numbers in any order. Okay, you can add the whole numbers in any order. It will not change the result. Either you can add A plus B or you can reverse the digit. You can add as B plus A. The result is going to be same only. So commutativity property means to change the order of whole numbers and add or multiply. So this was for addition. Let us see for multiplication also. Here again I am taking one example with numbers only. A I am keeping as 3 and B as 2. Here what will be the value of B, students? Here I have taken B as 2. So for here also, for B I write 2 and for A I write 3. 3 2s are 6, 2 3s are 6. Isn't it? The result is again same, students. You can see. So it is clear to us that commutativity property shows that we can add or multiply integers in any order. Clear, students? So these were your first two properties, closure property and commutativity property. Let's see the third and fourth property now. So students, third property for whole number is associative property. Now associative property shows you that you can form the groups, you can form the pairs and add or multiply. Let us see how. A plus B plus C is equals to, again the same whole numbers are written. Here I want to add the first two numbers. I have made the pair of first two numbers. I will add this pair first and then its sum with the third one. Let us take example 2 plus 3 plus 4. Okay, I want to add 2 plus 3 first. So 2 plus 3 will give you 5. 5 plus 4 will give you 9. Clear, students? Same thing I will do again. But now instead of first pair in this one I want to add this. Instead of first two number I want to add the last two numbers. I have made the pair with last two numbers. No problem, students. Again same numbers I am writing. So here I want to add 3 and 4 first. As here we have added 2 and 3, here I want to add 3 and 4. So 3 plus 4 how much? 4, 5, 6, 7. Again 2 plus 7 is 9. Clear, students? Here you can see that we can form pairs and add. But why to use associativity property? Why to form groups and add or multiply? It will make your calculations easier, students, so that you can use associativity property here. You can note this one. The same property applies for multiplication also. First you write this one and then we will see the multiplication for associativity property. Okay. So note it up. Now I am changing it and I am going to put multiplication signs here. Let us see how. So associativity properties for addition and multiplication. A into B into C, A into B into C. So 2 into 3 into 4. Again 2 into 3 into 4. Now students, it is clear to you that here we will form the first pair and we will multiply 2 3s are 6, 6 4s are 24. Clear? Now what I will do for this side? Here I will take the last two digits first. Then 2 into 3 4s are how much, students? 12. 2 12s are how much? 24. See, 24 and 24. That means whether multiply first pair with the third number or the last pair with the first number, you are going to get the result same only. So associative property states that you can form groups according to your convenience for addition and multiplication. Clear, students? Note this also. Now we are going to see our last property, that is distributivity property of multiplication over addition and subtraction. See, students, distributivity property of multiplication over addition and subtraction. This property applies for addition and subtraction both. Let us see how, students. First I will explain you addition. Here A into B plus C. See, students, whenever a value is written outside the bracket, it shows that that value is a multiplication with each and every number inside the bracket. So with C. So now I want to multiply them. As the name of the property is distributivity property. Distributive means, distribute means to distribute, na, isn't it? Means you are going to expand the numbers and write. You are going to distribute the numbers. Let us see how. Here A into B. Like this I have distributed. Then addition plus A again is in multiplication with C. So here I have distributed the numbers and I have written like this. Now what will happen? A into B will become AB plus A into C will become AC. Clear, students? So this is the first property. This is addition for distributivity property of multiplication. It states that A into B plus C means when two numbers are going to be are given in addition and both the numbers are in multiplication with the third number. So what you can do? You can distribute the values, means instead of adding this and then multiplying it with A, you can solve using distributivity property also, where what you have done? You have taken the first number from the bracket, multiplied it with A, then the second number from the bracket, then multiplied it with A, and then its product you are going to add. Clear, students? I will explain you again with some examples and it will be more clear. Suppose I want to multiply 200 or 20 into 102. I want to multiply 20 into 102. See, when I multiply 20 with 102, it will take little bit time now, because greater number is there, a large number is there. So if you will use this property now, you can very easily multiply. Let me show you how. Here 20 into 102, I will write as 100 plus 2. कुछ चेंज हो जाएगा क्या 100 plus 2 लिखने से? नहीं, 100 plus 2 will still give you 102 only, isn't it? Now see what I am going to do. I will take this 20 and I will multiply it with 100. Then addition sign. Then I will again take 20 and I will multiply it with 2. So students, what I will get? 20 into 100. 2 ones are 2 and in product simply I will put 3 zeros. Then 2 twos are 4 and again in product I put 0. Like multiplying with 0 numbers you have already studied in your 5th standard, na? So that only I have used. Okay, so 2000 plus 40, how much? 2040. See how easily I got my answer without any detailed calculation. If I have to multiply like this 20 into 102, so you know that it will take much time and you have to do several calculations. But here simply only we got our answer 2040. 20 into 102 will give us 2040. How we have done? We have used our distributivity property of multiplication over addition. Okay, students. Again, note it down and then we are going to see the same property for subtraction. Okay. For subtraction also let us see. It states that A multiplied by B minus C. So suppose, okay, let us expand. A into B will give you AB minus A into C will give you AC. A into B minus A into C. Finally you will get AB minus AC. So students, these were the 4 properties of whole numbers. Practice each and every property. Again listen to the video from the beginning and make the properties clear. If the properties are clear to you, then very easily you will be able to solve the exercises also. So students, that's all for today. Today we have seen our introduction part for this chapter, and from the next video we are going to start our first exercise, exercise 1, students. I hope each and every point is clear to you. If you have any confusion, any doubt, you can WhatsApp your teachers and make the doubt clear. Thank you.